So today's question is, how long are we going to stand by and watch the government strip away our constitutional rights? Now, I think you know the answer to that question. I know the answer to that question. And I think there are several gun owners out there that know the answer to that question. As far as how long people are going to sit by and watch their constitutional rights get infringed upon, it's all based off of how angry people are willing to get behind these changes to these gun laws. Because the way that I look at it is, as of right now, people are not angry enough. People are not upset. People are slightly inconvenienced when it comes to these changes of these gun laws. But like, for example, Connecticut in the middle of the night decided to say, hey, we're going to push this Glock ban even further through and we're going to send it to the governor's desk. Well, everybody's sleeping, right? Now, many of us gun owners are going to say, as far as this Glock ban, it doesn't really matter. We still have other guns to go out and get, right? That's the inconvenience of it. They know that this is going to inconvenience a lot of people, but they realize that it doesn't inconvenience enough people to the point where people are getting angry and going out and becoming violent. And that's how they do it. They slowly inconvenience you over time. And as you look back at all these different laws that are in place, all these inconveniences add up to the point where a lot of people just don't see the point in owning a gun because of how restrictive these laws are, right? So after being a gun owner for the last several years, I've realized one thing. People are not angry enough. People are not willing to sacrifice the things that they worked hard for, whether it be, getting their career or building a family or having a business. Most people are not willing to put that stuff on the line for guns. And the government knows this. They know that people are too PUSSY. They know people do not have the time, nor do they care enough to really storm the streets, storm these capitals, confront politicians, knock off politicians, right? Some people could take it a step further and start doing that, but they know that the government knows that people are not going to do that. And after being a gun owner for several years, I realized that nothing's going to change until people get angry. And when people get angry, people get violent. And when people get violent, people start dying. So I've realized at this point, nothing's going to change until people are willing to die about this. You get what I'm saying? And I just don't really think that gun owners care enough. You get what I'm saying? Like, I just don't think a lot of people really care enough to do anything. And it's the same song and dance every single year. They come out with some super ridiculous, restrictive gun law. And then, they open up these testimonies so people can share their opinions on it. And even though there's an overwhelming amount of people opposing these bills, they still pass it anyways. So it makes you wonder, what is the point of anyone actually doing these testimonies? What is the point of people showing up and speaking out against these bills if they're still going to pass it anyways, even when there's an overwhelming amount of people opposing it? A lot of people are realizing that too, and they feel like they're wasting their breath even putting in the effort there. And it's like, the only thing that I can honestly think of that can possibly save Connecticut is something like the DOJ coming here and saying, hey, change your gun laws or we're going to sue you, and whether that lawsuit actually sticks and it, really hits Connecticut hard, I don't know. We would just have to see exactly what happens with that. And, I don't really think that anything is going to change until people get angry enough.